Please fasten your seatbelt.
The key to bodybuilding growth is nitrogen. Without nitrogen, there's no recovery and there's no growth, and your immune system is shot without nitrogen. And you know what nitrogen is? It comes from protein, because the end product of all protein digestion is nitrogen. That's what feeds the muscle. And a lot of you never, I don't know if you heard of that, called positive nitrogen balance. And the more you have the nitrogen in your system and in your muscles, the quicker it'll grow and the faster your recovery. Now, you may be wondering, why? What is steroids? Steroids is not nutrients. You can't just take steroids and drink Coca-Cola. You won't get nothing. You have to get large doses of protein, because what happens is the breakdown of protein reverts to nitrogen. And nitrogen would feed the muscle. And steroids hold the nitrogen in the muscle, and it's like fertilizer. And that's why these guys get freaky. The body would reject the nitrogen that they have in, that they ingest, if they didn't have steroids to hold it. That's why a lot of these fellas get adverse effects, because the body was never designed to hold that amount of nitrogen in the body. Positive nitrogen balance comes from, that's why they tell you to eat often. Because after you eat and the body ingests and the nitrogen is infused in the body based on what you're doing. If you train hard, you need more nitrogen. But once the body uses what it needs, it flushes out the rest. So you keep eating, this is what you eat meals, and we didn't realize that when we were training. You keep eating protein, you keep what they call positive nitrogen balance, which is growth. That's the only thing that keeps you growing. So you got to remember, there's things that enhance the retention of nitrogen in the muscle, like glutamine, arginine. They don't build muscles in themselves, but they help you to hold the nitrogen in the muscle. And you must remember, you hear people holler protein, 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 protein. But you got to understand what it does. It's broken down to amino acids, and then it's broken down into nitrogen. And nitrogen is what the muscles use. So you keep that in mind when you eat your food and when you try to maintain positive nitrogen balance. It's nitrogen, not protein. Protein, you have to take protein to make the nitrogen. But nitrogen is what does the job. And the funny thing though, people don't realize, steroids were never developed for athletes. Athletes hooked on it was developed for sick people. People with cirrhosis of the liver, people that had digestive problems. They were literally wasting away. Because I'll tell you something, without nitrogen, you can have every single nutrient known to man. And if you didn't have nitrogen, you'd waste away. Your muscles are literally wasted away. So remember, positive nitrogen balance. Keep that in mind. Okay.